Hello there. In this lecture, I will introduce to you some basics about our Jupyter notebook. From top to bottom, first we see the Jupyter logo. On the right side of the logo, you should see the name of the notebook. By default, your notebook will be named as Untitled. You can change to another name by clicking on the name. And in the pop-up window, type pandas. Then click OK. On the right hand side, you can find a little empty circle. If you put your mouse over it, you can see a tip saying that kernel idle. That means the Python engine is not processing any data, which is perfectly fine because we haven't sent any code to it. When this little circle is solid, it means Python is processing your code. So when you submitted some code and nothing showed up, before you freak out, remember to check out this circle. If it's solid, then your code is still executing. You should wait for a while for it to finish. Moving one level down, and you can find a typical menu bar. You have File, Edit, View, and other normal menus. Normally, you don't need to use them. But there's one thing I want you to know. Under the kernel menu, there's an interrupt and restart kernel option. So when you find out that you made a mistake in the program and caused the kernel to execute the code forever, you can come here and interrupt it. However, sometimes it doesn't work. Then you have to shut down everything and restart Jupyter Notebook, which is pretty violent, but it works. Moving down one level again, we have our toolbar. This is very useful. From left to right, you have Save Your Work, create a new code section. Let's click on this and put something here to distinguish both code blocks. Then we have Cut the current code section option and copy, paste the code section. Then move the section up and move the section down. Finally, our playground. This is the place where you write our codes. For example, you can check if pandas and numpy is installed in your Python by saying import numpy and import pandas. You can execute the code in the selected block, which is this one. And by clicking on the Run button here, or I prefer to use a shortcut key, Control-Enter. If you don't see any error, that means you are perfectly fine to go. Throughout this lecture, if you see me executing the code without clicking on the Run button, then you can assume that I hit Control-Enter. Keep that in mind, and you are pretty familiar with our playground now. So, how can a lecture be a say hi lecture without an actually hi? Let's do this. Create a new code block by clicking on the plus button. Then we type print hi. Now hit Control and Enter. There you go. Python is sending greetings to you. Let's move this friendly block to the top. Up, up. Looks good. That's all for this lecture. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next lecture.